Eyup everyone, I hope you're all doing alright. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be building a cottage type thing. I don't know why I said that, it is a cottage. But I've not built this sort of build for a while, and I've not built in Henford-on-Bagley for a while, so I thought, do you know what, we'll build a cottage. And I kind of were planning on doing like a little farm, but instead I went with more of like a pond, and there's a little area for some chickens as well. But yeah, I hope you're all doing alright. I feel like I've not recorded a video for ages, and I guess that's because I haven't really. I've been away this past like weekend. It was the Queen's like, was it Platinum Jubilee? She's been like the Queen for 70 years or whatever, so we had like a big, well, I was gonna say we had a big holiday. We had like a 4-day weekend basically, so from Thursday to like the Sunday. I guess everybody was celebrating that. But we actually went to visit, me and my partner went to visit his family and that. So we went up there, and yeah, we just saw people, saw family members, caught up with his friends that he's not seen for a while, and yeah, that kind of put a bit of a hold on the videos and stuff. I managed to like pre-record, so I posted 2 videos last week. I think one was a short, and then I posted one on the Saturday as well, I believe. Honestly, I can't even really remember. It was last week, I've slept since then. But yeah, we're back to like normal schedule and stuff now. I think I uploaded like earlier last week. I think I uploaded on the Monday, and then I uploaded a short video, and then I uploaded on Saturday. Just because everything was just sort of like, kind of, how can I explain it? Not delayed, but you know when you've got like a lot to do. So when we were going away, I obviously had to get like the house sorted, and then I had to like sort out childcare, and my kids went and stayed with their dad and the nana and stuff, and I had to like sort the house ready for like going away and packing, and then getting like content ready because I weren't going to be at home and stuff. It's like a whole thing I had to sort out, so my brain sort of just like hyper focused on everything I needed to do, and then when it were done it were like, right, I'm in rest mode now. So yeah, but like I said, everything's sort of like back to normal now, and stream should continue as well. Took a bit of a break from streaming. I think I've had like 2 weeks off, to be fair, because there were one weekend where I just weren't feeling up to it, and I felt a bit like burnt out and tired and stuff, and then I ended up just being off because of the weekend and everything. So yeah, everything should be sort of like back to normal now, so should be streaming tomorrow morning, I'm hoping anyway. Yeah, I guess I'll talk about the build now. So like I said, I've not built a cottage like this anywhere for a while. I don't know if I'm doing a good job of explaining, well, I'm not really explaining it, am I? But you know when I said like this, I mean that typical sort of like stone cottage, not like say like the base game cottage that I did recently, or I can't think of another one, but you know like the thatched roof and the stone, and the like typical sort of cottage that you think of. I guess this is what I think of anyway. I imagine this style of house. But yeah, I've not done one for a while, so that's kind of what made me want to actually build it in the first place. But I also saw a picture, it was like a painting of a I think it was just like a regular house, but it had this wheel on the side of it, and that's what made me kind of think, oh, you know, I've not built a cottage for a while in this style, so I'll do that. But yeah, if you didn't know, the wheel that's on the side of this house, it is actually, I'm going to say functional, but it's not really functional. It just rotates basically is what it does. So you'll have seen like in the beginning of the video, like I showed a little, I guess the intro to the video, you'll have seen it like rotating and stuff. I was thinking as well, I'm currently working on a base game save file. If you didn't know, I'll put the playlist to it in the description of what I've done so far. I've also built one of the houses for it on Twitch, and I was thinking of cutting that down into a video, but I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with that yet. But anyway, I was thinking of doing a park, and I wanted, for the save file, and I wanted to do like a pond, and I'm really like not, I guess the pond tool for me, it's not something that I'm like super comfortable with. It's kind of like platforms as well, like I don't really know what I'm doing with them. They kind of intimidate me a little bit, so I've not really like done much with the pond tool. And I've not really done much with platforms either, but I really want to do a park for that save file where there's like a pond and everything. So I thought, well, I'll do a pond for this build, and then that'll sort of get me used to using it again, I guess, even though the pond for this house is really like basic. But yeah, it should all be functional. I've not play tested it as of yet, but I've put down a little fishing sign, so your Sims should be able to fish from the pond. I'm pretty sure you have to put the fish in the pond yourself, and then they're available for your Sims to fish from. But I'll do that. I don't know if it works like downloading it from the gallery, but I will do that. But anyway, we've just moved on to the interior now, and the layout for this house is a bit awkward as well. I wanted to have this like little diagonal bit. I don't know why, there was just something about the shape of the house. I wanted it to look a bit more interesting, so I stuck this little diagonal thing on the end, and then that affects the floor plan of the house on the inside. So it's a very, very basic floor plan. By the way, the house is 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom. Well, I guess it's like 2 bedroom and then 1.5 bathrooms, because one of the bathrooms is just a sink and a toilet. Also, I don't think I said what packs I use. So I use Cottage Living, Get Together and Laundry Day stuff for this build. And yeah, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. And the floor plan downstairs, I've just done it very basic. It's just divided into 3 little sections. So you've got like your living room, your kitchen and dining area. And then upstairs is just 2 bedroom and a little half bathroom. Very, very basic. But it had to be basic because it's so awkward building on a diagonal. Like, you'll notice as well, I don't know if you have noticed, but the shadows are kind of weird on diagonal as well. I've never really noticed that before, but there's these like weird shadows on the kitchen cabinets, and I couldn't figure out why they were there or what they were coming from, but I think it's just because they were placed on a diagonal. So yeah, really annoying that, because it kind of puts me off building on a diagonal even more, which I don't often do. I've only ever done one build, I think, on a diagonal, and that was a trailer that I did. I'm pretty sure I've not built on the diagonal before that, but yeah, either way, floor plan's quite basic, and I've kind of wanted just like a typical sort of rustic cottagey vibe on the inside. I haven't really thought of like what type of sim would live here, but as I got onto building the bedrooms and furnishing the bedrooms, I kind of thought that maybe it would be like a single parent with like a child sim, or it could be a teen sim, but I did picture it being a child sim. But you could move in any sims that you wanted, really. It's not really built with any particular sims in mind. But yeah, like I said, it's quite basic, but I still wanted to add, you know, a little bit of personality to it. So I've cluttered it up a little bit, but I didn't want to like overdo it. I'm trying to maybe try and get into the mindset of building houses that are a bit more sort of clutter free and a bit more minimalistic, which is not really minimalistic. I think maybe realistic is the word I'm looking for. But I got a DM actually on Instagram it was a while ago, but I only read it recently because it went into like my message request, and somebody messaged me saying that they downloaded, or they tried to download one of my builds on console, and it just wasn't letting them download it, and it kept like crashing the game and stuff, and I kind of wondered why, and I thought maybe it's because that particular build they were trying to download might have been like full of clutter or something. They didn't say which build it was specifically, but I do add quite a lot of, well, I try to add a lot of detail into my builds. I'm not the most detailed builder ever. It just kind of depends on the type of house that it is. But I'll think of, for the save file, maybe I should like cut back a little bit, because if people download it and they don't have like, you know, high-end computers, which I'm assuming most people don't, I've got to be like more mindful of that. So yeah, I didn't want to over clutter this one. Kept it quite basic, but with some decoration and stuff. But I would love to know, are you the type of person that prefers cluttered houses? Do you prefer there to be like less stuff? Because I know some people prefer like less clutter for performance issues and for the actual game to run properly, but then other people just prefer the look of it being a bit more minimalistic and having less stuff and less decorative items. I have a friend that like plays in one fixed view, so you know, like when you're playing the game and you know your sims are doing whatever, and you'll rotate the camera and you'll follow what they're doing. I have a friend that plays in one fixed view of everything, so the camera doesn't move and they're able to see everything. So how they have their houses decorated, they have to kind of be, how can I explain it? A bit like a dollhouse, I guess. So everything's in view, but you wouldn't have anything on the wall that you're looking through, if that makes sense. And I kind of wondered like how many people play like that. So I'd love to know, do you prefer more clutter in your builds when you're playing, or do you prefer less? I mean, obviously if you mainly build, then maybe it doesn't matter either way, but yeah, I'd be interested to know what other people's opinions are on clutter and decorative items and all that. I must admit, I do like to clutter up a build if I can, and I like to add a lot of detail that I think reflects a sim's personality, and I just think it looks realistic as well to have like a bunch of stuff in your house. But yeah, we've just moved on to the upstairs bit now, and I put one of those like side table things from Laundry Day stuff because I thought the sims could have their like blankets and towels and whatever else in that little side table. In The Sims, if that were a functional object, I don't think your Sims would be able to interact with it. But in real life, I think it's quite reasonable to have a cupboard that's like stuffed behind a bit of railing, or that's kind of like, you know, in an awkward spot. I know like in our house, we've got closets and stuff in the bedrooms, well, in 2 of the bedrooms, and those closets are kind of one of those where you open them up and you do have to kind of like reach round, and it's a bit awkward to get into. You can't like walk in them. Which reminds me, I need to order some lights for my kids' closet, because I'll put in some clothes away the other day. They've got like their clothes, because they share a bedroom, my 2 kids. One of them's got like a regular wardrobe and then the other's got like a closet. And I would put in some clothes away in the closet, and oh my god, I couldn't see a thing and I was getting really annoyed. So I'm gonna have to get some like LED battery type light thingies. But yeah, I think it's somewhat realistic to have, you know, parts of your house that you can't really get to, or you've got to like squeeze round to reach it and stuff. But yeah, as for the bedroom, kept it quite simple. Went for like a blue colour to match the bedding, and then for the kids' bedroom, again, it's quite a small room, so I didn't want to put too much in, but I just put down the basics. They've got a little dresser, they've got a teddy bear thing, and then they've got a little chair and some books that they can read. And then after that we'll be at the screenshots. I did live screenshots this time to just sort of show off the pool and the little creatures that I put on it and stuff, and the chickens obviously. But yeah, if you did enjoy this video, feel free to leave a like on it and subscribe if you want to. 1,000 subscriber video should be coming this week, so keep an eye out on that for Friday. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a great week, and I'll speak to you in my next video. Bye!
Mwah.